Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the new Colourpop Coconut Collection. I am so excited for this one, you guys. Like, this is probably the most excited I've been about a Colourpop collection in recent memory, just because these colors are my colors. I love how this one kind of leans a little bit more cool to neutral. It's just such a gorgeous collection overall, and these are all shades that I personally would just wear on an everyday basis because I am such a fan of neutrals. I also just want to mention quickly that Colourpop did send this to me in PR. I finally made it on their PR list. I was so excited when I got that email. I feel like I was more excited than I've ever been about a brand sending me PR, just because I've supported Colourpop for so many years. I collect almost everything they come out with, which you guys know is a lot. So it meant so much to me that they saw my work, they liked it, and now they're going to be sending me the new collection. So I'll be able to show them to you guys hopefully before launch day. Unfortunately, this one came a day late because of Veterans Day. We didn't get any mail, so it was kind of sitting through a long weekend. Otherwise, I would have gotten it sooner and this video would have been up a day earlier. But anyway, let's go ahead now and jump right in and get started. Alright, so first up we have the Going Coconuts 9-pan eyeshadow palette. This is one of their monochromatic palettes. It is so beautiful. It really leans more to the neutral side. It's not really overly warm or cool, even though there's a couple of cool tone shades in here. Also, there's one that's kind of more on the warm side, but for the most part it is really, really neutral, which I absolutely love. Also, this one doesn't contain any pressed glitters, which I was so happy about because a lot of their palettes lately have included at least one of those, and I don't wear glitter, and for a couple of reasons. One, just because it's not really my thing, and also because they're not really eye safe and I wear contacts, so I have to be really careful with glittery shades. So there's no pressed glitters in here. There are 3 metallic shades. This white one up here is kind of on the chunkier side, so it is going to have some fallout. Also, this middle one right here, it's the most gorgeous shade ever. This is the one I'm wearing on my eyes today, and this shade also has quite a bit of fallout. So I would recommend with these two just to either wet them a little bit before you apply them, or maybe apply them with a brush, and don't swirl your finger around too much because I made that mistake. They're so pigmented you barely have to touch them, and a whole bunch of it gets right on your finger. This is not going to focus, is it? Oh, there we go. So, I just barely tap my finger in and it just shows up beautifully. So you really only need that little bit. Like I said, I put too much on and it went everywhere. So just something to keep in mind. This one down here on the bottom though is really smooth. It's held together really well. So this one you don't have to worry about too much. Then there are also 5 matte shades, and then this one down here is one of those matte shades with the little micro glitter in it. So this is the type of shadow where if you swatch it with your finger, you're going to see that glitter. But if you use it like a matte shade and buff it out into your crease or something, you're not really going to see the glitter. It kind of buffs away. So essentially it's pretty much like a matte shade at the end of the day. So I'll go ahead and show you swatches of all the shades really quick. The first one is Shredded, and this is described as a creamy vanilla with silver pinpoints. Next we have Palm Reader, which is white with a gold flip. And then we have Culotta, which is a cool taupey brown. Lovely Bunch is a mid-tone yellow brown. And Cocoa Crush is an icy pale champagne shade. Shelia is a neutral ginger brown. Get Crackin' is the cool brown with the silver flecks. De Coco is an icy bronze with violet pinpoints. And then Nutty is a deep umber matte shade. So just quickly, let's take a look at this next to some of Colourpop's other neutral palettes. I got a lot of requests for that when I showed these on my Instagram page the other day. So the first one I want to compare it to is Double Entendre. This is the one I think I got the most requests to show. And as you can see, Double Entendre is really warm. I always thought of that as kind of more of a neutral palette, but looking at it next to this one, it just looks really warm toned, and I think there might be like 1 or 2 shades that are similar, but for the most part, these two are very, very different. Next up, I want to show it next to the Night Owl palette. This one is an Ulta exclusive. I did a video on it recently. And this one, again, it does lean more warm toned. It also has some more yellowy shades in it as well. And with this one, I also see 1 or 2 shades that are pretty similar, but the overall vibe of these palettes is very different. And then here it is next to I Think I Love You. I think it's a little closer to this one than it is to Double Entendre. I do see a couple of shades that sort of match up. They're not identical, but it's a little bit more of a similar vibe. This palette has been discontinued though, so it's not something that you can currently buy. And then last but not least, I want to show it next to the Fame palette because this one was a bit more on the cool tone side. And again, I see like one or two shades that look really similar, but I think the Fame palette is a little bit more rosy toned overall. It has the purple and the pink, and a lot of the brown shades have that sort of pinky undertone to them, which the ones in the Coconut palette really are way more neutral. So overall, I think this one is quite a bit different than a lot of other palettes that Colourpop has, just mainly because of the tones that are in here. Some of the colors you might find a little bit similar, but I think it's really the tone that sets it apart because most of their palettes, with the exception of Fame, are really warm toned, but this one is more like neutral to cool. So if you've been wanting to see cooler tones from Colourpop, I think you're really gonna love this one. So next up, also for eyes, we have a Super Shock Shadow Trio. This one's called Call Me on My Shell Phone. Love the name of that one. So this one's $15. You get 3 Super Shock shades in here. So let me just quickly show you those close up. I love these because they're so long wearing. They don't crease on your eyes. I've really been into cream shadows lately, so I'm really excited to be able to play with these a bit. So let me just quickly show you some swatches. The first one is Peekaboo, and this is a metallic ivory with silver glitter. Next is a little Quarky. This one is Peachy Gold with blue and silver glitter. And then we have Deep Dive, which is bronze with purple and gold glitter. So I also used 2 of these in the looks that you're gonna see a little bit later on in the video, so you'll be able to see how these go on. So if you're into cream shadows or you've been thinking about trying some, I think these are a really great affordable option. Next up, we have 2 new bronzer shades from Colourpop, and I'm really excited about these because they haven't actually released a bronzer in quite a long time. These are $8 each. So the first one is called Coconut Beach. So I'll show you a close-up of what that one looks like. This one's described as a neutral golden bronze, and this one I think is perfect for my skin tone. If you're more fair to light, I think this one's really nice. And even though the description says this one is neutral, I feel like on my skin, because I'm so cool and pink toned, it looks a little bit warm, or it pulls a little warmer on me, but it is supposed to be more of a neutral bronze. And if you haven't tried this formula, it's fantastic. It's super silky and velvety. It's like really finely milled. So even if you have a deeper shade like the one I'm going to show you in a second, they just buff out so effortlessly on your face. So you're not going to have it like stick or cling or get patchy or weird looking or anything. They're just like the most beautiful formula ever. So next we have Talk to the Palm, and this one they're describing as a neutral matte warm bronze. This one looks a little bit more on the rosy side, so if you love more of a rosy tone bronzer, or if you like using those as blushes like I do, I think you're really gonna like this one. This one is quite a bit deeper than the other one on my skin tone, but I was able to use this as a blush no problem. I just kind of tapped my brush into it ever so lightly. It picks up really easily because it's so finely milled. So this is the type of shade, even though it looks dark in the pan or in a swatch, you can just build it up very lightly in stages and get the look that you want. So just quickly, I wanted to compare these to some other bronzers in my collection because I got a lot of requests on Instagram. I don't have, you know, every bronzer in the world, but I tried to select from ones that looked kind of close to these. And I will say this formula is amazing. So even if you do have a similar color, you might want to check these out anyway, just because this formula is so good and so blendable. So let's start with the Coconut Beach one, which is the lighter of the two. And I swatched this next to a couple different ones. So on your screen from left to right, we have Coconut Beach. Then we have the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer in the shade Sunkissed 02, which is another favorite of mine. Then we have the Lorac Pool Party Bronzer. Next we have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer. And then last but not least, we have the Marc Jacobs Tantastic Bronzer. And as you can see, none of these are an exact match for Coconut Beach. Maybe the Marc Jacobs and the Milani come close, but they're a little bit more on the cool tone side. And I think the reason I don't have anything like this in my collection is because I really try to seek out cooler tone bronzers versus the warmer tone ones, but this one isn't super warm. So I actually think this color is a little bit more unique because usually if a bronzer isn't cool toned, it's more like on the orangey side. And I like that this one's almost like a little bit more yellowy. So I feel like even though it's a warm tone that I can actually wear and get away with. So I really love that about it. And I think heading into winter, maybe that's something that I'm going to be looking for, just to add a little bit more warmth into my face. And then for Talk to the Palm, I actually did have quite a few deeper bronzers to compare it to. Not that I normally buy them for myself, but I had gotten them in PR and I just had them in my bronzer drawer. So it's kind of good that I save everything. So starting from the left-hand side, we have Colourpop's Talk to the Palm. And then next to that, we have the Balm's Balm Desert. This is the bronzer I immediately thought of when I first saw Talk to the Palm, because Balm Desert is also more of a rosy bronze shade, but it is a little bit lighter actually than Talk to the Palm. Next we have Lorac's Tan Lines Bronzer, which is another really famous one. This one I feel like is a little bit more bronze, not quite as rosy. And then the last one is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in Endless Summer. And I thought this one was actually really very close in color. So anyway, hopefully that little comparison helped you guys out a little bit. Like I said, formula-wise, I think these are both amazing. I was able to wear both of them just because of how soft and blendable they are. So even though some colors might be similar, I feel like that formula is so good. Next, we have two duos of the Just a Tint lip crayons, and the first one is called Shall We Dance? So in this collection, you're getting the shades Island Time, which is a sheer pinky nude, and Nude Beach, which is a sheer mahogany. And these crayons are great. They released them back over the summer. I did a try-on of some of the other shades that I got during the first launch and really, really liked them. My only negative with these is that they have a little bit of like a fruity scent, like almost like a mango or something that I'm not too crazy about. But once you have it on your lips for a couple minutes, it fades. It's not one of those scents that kind of hangs around. So I did end up wearing these a lot more than I thought I was going to, even though I was initially turned off by the scent. I kind of wish they had scented these like coconuts, but it's just the same scent that the rest of them have. And then the second duo is Coconut Kiss. So in this one, you're getting the shades Shaka, which is a sheer yellow tone nude, and then Waikiki, which is a sheer cool toned pink. So looking at them swatched, I'm not sure I see the yellow in the Shaka shade. I mean, maybe a little bit, I guess, but it's definitely, to me, more on the cool side, I feel like. And then Waikiki is also a really pretty cool shade. And if I had to choose one of these two lip duos, I would choose this one just because I feel like these colors are both really complementary on my skin tone. The other one, I mean, Nude Beach is really pretty. You're gonna see me wearing this in one of the looks, but I'm not really a fan of the shade Island Time. I just think it's too light. I'm not really into wearing nude shades like this too much. I just feel like they wash me out. So if you have a complexion similar to mine, I would say maybe go with the Coconut Kiss one. I think you'll like it a little bit better. And also on Instagram, I got requests to show comparisons of the new Just the Tints with some of the older ones. I do only have 3 of the older shades, but I wanted to just show you what they look like really quickly next to these. So I think the shade Z-Boys from the old collection is kind of similar to Waikiki. I think Waikiki is just a little bit more on the pink side. Next, I wanted to swatch Gimme S'more, which is an older shade, to Shaka. And again, I think Shaka is a little bit more cool toned. Gimme S'more has more peach in it, while Shaka is like that yellow tone nude that they're talking about. Just looking at it next to Gimme S'more, it looks a lot cooler. And then the third shade that I have is called Rise and Shine. I didn't really see anything that was very similar to this one. It's more of like a brighter corally peachy color. So yeah, I didn't really find too many similarities. I think the closest one was probably Z-Boys and Waikiki, but even those definitely have their differences. And then next up we have the Coco Loco lip set, and this one's $12. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned the lippy bundles are also $12. So this comes with a lippy scrub and then lippy balm. I hadn't tried either one of these before. I really am enjoying them a lot. They do smell like coconut, so I think out of the entire collection, these are the only products that actually are coconut scented. So this scrub is actually amazing. I used it right before the video. What I love about it is how creamy it is. A lot of lip scrubs I feel like are kind of chunky, and when you go to rub them on your lips, you have like chunks of salt or sugar just falling everywhere, but this one is really creamy. So when you put it on your lips and you're massaging it in, it stays put, and then when you wipe it off, it also kind of leaves behind a little bit of moisture, almost like you just applied a balm. So I really like that a lot, not to mention the scent is amazing. And then the lippy balm too. I wore this last night and loved it. It's just such a thick and buttery formula, and now that we're running the heat constantly, it's been really, really cold here, I definitely need something really nourishing on my lips, and this one was perfect. It was really good. And then the last product is the Coconut Face Milk, and this actually has been out there for a little while now. It's not new, but they're just kind of lumping it in with this collection because it goes perfectly. This is from their sister company, Fourth Ray Beauty. It's $14. I did use this last night and I really, really enjoyed it a lot, so I can't wait to keep on using it. So the texture is kind of like a milky serum, so I apply this before my moisturizer and it really adds just that extra light layer underneath, especially if you have dry skin. I think it's really good. This is formulated with coconut milk, coconut oil, marshmallow root, and aloe. So according to the website, they say that it actually is meant to relieve dry skin. So they do have other versions of their face milk. So if this one's like a little bit too nourishing for you, if you don't have dry skin, you might want to check out some of the other ones that they have, but for me, it was perfect. Oh, and this one also smells like coconut too. So this plus the lip balm and the lip scrub all smell like coconut, which for me is fantastic because I love that scent. So now let's go ahead and get into the 3 looks that I created. I did a cool tone look, a warm tone look, and then one that's a little bit more neutral. So starting out with the cool tone look first, I started out with the shade Culotta, which is that cool taupey brown, and this one is going to be my transition color. I think this shade is so perfect for my skin tone. It's just the perfect transition. Next, I use the shade Get Crackin'. This one is that cool tone brown with the silver flecks in it, and I actually just used this one to deepen up my crease. And as I was blending it, I didn't really notice the silver glitter at all. So like I said, that just kind of buffs away if you treat these as a matte shadow. And the tone is very similar to the Culotta shade. This one just added a little bit more depth. And then on my lid, I used the shade De Coco with my finger, and this one is that icy bronze with a little bit of violet to it. And this, again, just really smooth. It went on super nice with my finger. And out of the 3 shimmer shades in the palette, this one is the least metallic, so it's a little bit more on the subtle side. So I could either just leave this look as is, or to amp it up, I decided to add one of the Super Shock shadows on top. So this one is a little Quarky, and I just patted this on my lid with my finger on top of the De Coco shade. And this just amped up the look a little bit and just made everything look more shiny and more metallic. And then on my cheeks, I'm using the Talk to the Palm bronzer, which is a little bit more rosy tone. And this one, even though it is dark, as I said earlier in the video, if I just use a little bit and don't go heavy-handed with it, it blends so beautifully. I was just barely touching the brush to the powder and picking up a little bit at a time, and I think it worked out really nicely. It didn't go on patchy or anything like that at all. And then on my lips, I'm using that cooler toned Shaka shade. And this one, I just love how subtle and pretty it is. It's really like my kind of color. I could see wearing this on an everyday basis. So here's the finished look. I love how this came out. I love cool tones in general. It's what I'm most drawn to. And I really love that this eye look is cool toned, but it's not heavy or smoky. A lot of times cool toned shades can look really dark and smoky, like a gunmetal gray or something, or a blue. And I love that these are more subtle cool tones. They're really easy to wear every day. And then for my second look, I decided to go more on the warm tone side just to kind of show the versatility of this collection. Even though there's not a lot of warm tones in here, I was still able to get kind of a really pretty toasty look. So I started out using the shade Lovely Bunch. I love that name. This is just a really light neutral brown, and I applied this one as my transition shade, put it into my crease, and then just blended that up. Then next I took the shade Shell Yeah to deepen up my crease. This is that gingery brown color. And even though I feel like this looks a little bit warm, it's not an overly warm or orangey shade, which I really love about it. It's a great way to warm up an eye look without going overboard. And then for my lid, I decided to go in with another Super Shock shadow. This one is the shade Deep Dive. And this one is very similar to the Shell Yeah shade that I just applied, but it's more of like a shimmery version. And again, what I love about these Super Shocks is just how long wearing they are. They don't crease on your eyes. They last all day. I also took this one on a small pencil brush and applied it underneath my eyes as well. Then for my cheeks, I decided to use the Coconut Beach shade because this one's a little bit more warmer toned. And again, even though this is a warm tone bronzer, not being orangey, I felt like it looked really nice on my skin tone and just warmed up my whole complexion. So love that one as well. And then for my lips, I used the Just a Tint in the shade Nude Beach, and this one is that sheer mahogany shade, and this is the deepest shade in the collection, but I still didn't feel like it was a super dark lip by any means. It still goes with the more toned down vibe of the collection, but also adds a little bit of warmth as well. So here's the completed look. I love that this is like a warmer, toastier vibe, but without being super dark, especially on my skin tone. A lot of times warm colors like reds and oranges can look kind of severe against my skin tone, and I really have to work to blend them down a little bit more. But with this, it was just super effortless to get that warm tone look. And then last but not least is the look that I'm wearing right now, and this one was definitely more of a neutral look. So again, I started out with the shade Lovely Bunch in the palette, and this shade is just that mid-tone yellowy brown. It's very, very neutral and the perfect transition color. Next, I took the shade Nutty on a smaller pencil brush. This one is a deep umber brown. Again, a very neutral color. And even though this is the deepest shade in the palette, I didn't feel like it was too dark for my skin tone. Again, I try to stay away from blacks and colors that are really super dark just because they can look more severe. But this one is the perfect shade to add depth without going overboard. And then on my lid, I decided to use the shade Cocoa Crush. This one, oh my goodness, it is so beautiful. A little bit goes a really long way with this one. It's an icy pale, like rose gold champagne color. It's super metallic. I did pick up a little bit too much of this color, so I had a lot of fallout to deal with, but this shade makes such an impact whether you apply it with a finger or a brush. It doesn't matter. It is gorgeous. And then for my cheeks, I used the Coconut Beach shade again. I already had it on from the last look, so I didn't have to reapply it. And then for my lips, I'm using the shade Waikiki, which is just like a really perfect neutral pink shade. Again, not too warm, not too cool, just perfectly balanced. So here's the finished look. I love the way this one came out as well. I really just love everything in this collection so much. And I rarely like every single thing in a collection, but in this case, I just feel like they did such an amazing job catering to those of us who really love neutrals and cool tones. We've been asking them for this for such a long time because they kept coming out with warm stuff all the time. So anyway, I'm obsessed and I'm so grateful to Colourpop for sending all of this over so that I could try it out. I would have purchased it anyway, to be honest with you, just because this collection really spoke to me more than any of their collections in a really long time. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, let me know down in the comments below what you think of this collection and just your general thoughts. Are you planning to buy anything from it? I always love chatting with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.